love and marriage, love and marriage, they go together like a horse and carriage.
Oh,
hey!
Why, hello there. Welcome to Poetry Love with Sarah
And Nicole.
Today we are going to be providing insight on Emily Dickinson's poem. What's the poem called?
Untitled, slash.
Because I Could Not Stop for Death.
Written in the 1850s. That was a long time ago, wasn't it, Nicole?
I concur with that
Yeah.
statement. Yes, I would. Anyways, so Emily Dickinson's poem, Because I Could Not Stop for Death, illustrates for us that too often we form decisions based on society's expectations without ever questioning what those principles and rituals are based on. We ask what someone should do in each stage of life instead of asking what we want to do in order to make ourselves happy. Consequently, Emily Dickinson's poem shows us that if we continue down this path, much of our life will pass us by, unsubstantially and without meaning. As Frank Sinatra says, love and marriage go together. You can't have one
without the other.
The institution of marriage is cold and dark, and even a death-like state, without passion and the right reasoning behind it. Much as Waterland is filled with storytelling, in our interpretation of Emily Dickinson's poem, we tell the story of a young woman consumed by society's mandates.
Like Nicole said, Waterland, or the novel we've been reading in our AP English class, and the poem have many things in common. One major theme in both the works is the impassionate marriage that consumes the main characters. In Waterland, Tom and Mary enter into marriage out of obligation, not out of love or passion. The narrator of the poem does the same thing as she is overwhelmed by pressures from society to get married and not with the love or desire to have a husband. Other themes that coincide are the passing of fertility in life, as the narrator does in the poem as she passes the fields of gazing grain. Tom and Mary do the same thing in Waterland as they have the abortion and lose that vivaciousness for life that young people have for life and for living. Also, the works recall nature at many instances to create a concrete symbol for what the author is talking about. They use the cycles of water and life and rebirth in nature to transcend a feeling and atone to the reader. In the poem, the narrator is given life when she is born, offers life when she has her own baby, and returns life when she heads towards death and towards heaven, just as the characters do in Waterland. They all follow a similar cycle that society forces, and they never seem to question what they really want to get out of life. And without much further ado, let's head to our feature presentation, or our video interpretation of Emily Dickinson's
Because I Could Not Stop for Death.
Thank you, and enjoy.
Woo! Okay, you can stop for all that. How do you stop?
Because I could not stop for death.
He kindly stopped for me. The
Carriage held but just ourselves, and immortality.
We slowly drove, he knew no haste.
And I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school
where children strove at recess in the ring. We passed the fields of gazing grain, we passed the
setting sun, or rather he passed us. The dews grew quivering and chill, for only gossamer my gown, my tippet only tulle. We paused
before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice but a mound.
Since then 'tis centuries, and yet each feels shorter than the day I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity.